Hey everybody, Eric here once again, and thanks for tuning into my YouTube channel. I am back with another book review on The Obama Hate Machine by Bill Press. Now, I know that this book is a little old. However, though, I have just finished it because I have been reading a lot of other books, and I'm also writing a few of my own. So yeah, I know that this is a little late, but this is when I finished it, so I'm here to review it. Now, the Obama Hate Machine about exactly is exactly what it's. I'm sorry. Let me start that over. This is about the Obama hate machine, really. And what does that consist of? Well, it basically consists of the extreme right. Now, of course, there are other people who do not like Obama, who aren't, a conservative Republican. And to be perfectly honest, I really don't either. Now, I'm not a 100% anti-Obama. I do like him as a person, but not as a politician. I mean, I do like that he got Bin Laden. Well, I actually give a full credit to the brave Navy SEALs, because they were actually there and they were risking their own lives. So, kudos to you guys if you are watching this. But anyway, I don't question the president's birth certificate, nothing like that. I mean, and I'm not a registered Republican. I am actually a registered Democrat, but there are a couple of things that I don't agree with him on. Like Libya. I I don't see why we're still in Afghanistan when Bin Laden was not found in Afghanistan. He was in Pakistan. And, I'm glad that he got us out of Iraq, but why couldn't he get us out of there right when he got sworn in 2009? I don't know. And, and also the war on drugs. I mean, I don't do drugs personally, but I think that, the war on drugs is just a way for the rich to get richer. And to be perfectly honest, I'm against gun control. I come from Chicago, and I know exactly what gun control uh, does. I mean, guys, look at where. Well, I'm sorry. I've actually talked about the gun control in another video, but anyway, back to the book. Now, if you are a hardcore liberal, this book will make your blood boil much more than Fox News. If you are a hardcore liberal, if you're a conservative or a right winger, you'll actually, if you're a conservative, your blood may boil, but only at certain parts of the book where you might say, he never said that, or he never called him that name, or things like that. But other than that, you might snicker, or you might nod your head and say, "Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah." But anyway, what I recommend this book to be read? Absolutely, because what Bill Press does in the beginning, he actually begins the book by saying how wonderful January 20th of 2009 was, how it was the day when our first African American president was being sworn in. We were just saying goodbye to Bush, thank God. I'm not a fan of Bush, okay? Actually, ever since he left, I've almost forgotten about him. But anyway, so we were saying goodbye to him. We were welcoming Obama. It seemed like the whole country was happy. I mean, even if you watched Fox News when he was being inaugurated for the first time, through even through Fox's point of view, it seemed like it was a happy day. But and then Bill Press talks about how certain people in the Republican Party, like John Boehner, Mitch McConnell, and the one and only Newt Gingrich were, and others, of course, were in a meeting, and their main topic was, how do we destroy the president's plans? And basically, after hours and hours of talking, wasting our, not only their time, but our tax and dollars on like food and wine that we paid for, when they basically, what their plan was just to refuse everything that he proposed. And that's what they did. And of course, we all know what Mitch McConnell said. Our main mission is to make him a one-term president. Well, of course, then he tried to backtrack it, but we all know what that really meant. It means what he exactly said. So anyway, right after that meeting, the Republicans called Obama in for a meeting, and much to their surprise, he accepted. And he was willing to explain what his plans were. And originally, according to Bill Press, they basically told him that we know what you're made of, and we're not going to compromise. We're not going to, it's our way or no way. Well, of course, I'm glad that the president is able to fight off some of these right wingers, but, then again, me personally, I'm not, I was actually, I was for him in 2008, but in the 2012, I voted not for Mitt Romney, but I voted for Gary Johnson, the third party candidate. But anyway, back to the book. So anyway, yeah, I'm trailing off here. So after that meeting, he moved into the White House and all, and got everything planned out, and then Bill Press goes into all these Republicans, showing their true signs of racism, going all the way from Joe, you lie, Wilson, and then to that Tennessee Republican whose staff member, had that, I forgot her name, well, it's in the book somewhere, but anyway, where she put up that poster of all the presidents' portraits, and then for Obama, she put I mean, they say it was a gorilla. Well, actually, it was a black face, and you really couldn't see who it was, but it had two yellow eyes. Well, that right there means something. And of course, Donald, or the Donald Trump, and of course the Fox News, like Hannity, Sarah Palin, So, and well, anyway, now as you know, within my reviews, I really don't want to give away too much because I think it's best if you read the book for yourself. But anyway, basically, this book also shows you who's really behind all the personal and the also the childish attacks behind the president. And it's not just, like Fox News or the hardcore Republicans, but it's also, or maybe it's the main one, is the Tea Party. And we all know who owns the Tea Party, which is the Koch brothers. They were the ones who funded it, and they want to just basically make it look like Obama created all this financial chaos. Well, now of course the extreme left is going to love this book because it will expose just how immature Republicans can be. Well, speaking from my point of view, which I consider myself to be an independent, Democrats misbehave too, like Anthony Weiner, and I am pro Bill Clinton. Well, of course, he had a little. I'm sure I don't. I'm sure everybody knows, but anyway. So it's not just the extreme right or the middle right. It's also people on the left. Everybody behaves everybody misbehaves because everybody is a human and we're not perfect. People misbehave. So anyway, of course the extreme left will endorse this book, but speaking from an independence point of view, I actually, yeah, I would, I bought it, and yeah, I think it's very informative. The only thing that, and even Bill Press says, he's not, Obama's not a hardcore liberal, as the extreme right claims, that he is, and once again, and now of course he has done a few things, like, continues the war on drugs, and and he also extended some of the Bush tax cuts as well as the Patriot Act, which I really didn't like. But and I also asked because I actually met Bill Press at a book signing, and I asked him, his opinion. Why are we still in Afghanistan? He's keeping us there, and he was like, yeah, I would have asked him that, but and he even said that I personally think that we should have spent at least 6 months there and then leave, because after 6 months or so, it seemed like our work there was finished. Well, not really, because we didn't find Bin Laden. Well, of course, he turned out to be in Pakistan. But so anyway, yeah, I endorsed this book. Oh, and then not only did I meet Bill Press, but he even signed it for me too. Yeah, so and also Nancy Pelosi endorses this book, and yeah, so basically, if you're I think that this book is for everybody: the extreme right, the extreme left, and of course the extreme middleman, like myself.